Hello, everyone. Welcome to Make It Viral Media Podcast. Today, we have a special guest. His name is Jason Sulisufay. Am I right? Did I
Yes,
say
you
your
said
name
it
right?
right.
Okay. Because I don't want to make a mistake. So, Jason owns a law firm. Am I correct?
Run a law firm, yes.
Run a law firm. Okay. So, but it's a family-owned law firm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
So, guys, today we're going to learn about Jason's story and Suli Law Group. Jason, welcome to Make It Viral Media Podcast, and tell us about you today.
Yes, thank you for having me,
You're
Viraj.
very welcome.
It's my honor to be here today.
And how did you come to law industry?
Great question. So, how I got into the legal industry, really it's life. It's funny what throws at you. I grew up in the hospitality industry. And then, after COVID hit, I had a career transition. And that's where I met my beautiful better half, Laura. And she was actually an insurance defense attorney at the time. And, I just got a new job. I started as a public insurance adjuster. And then she switched sides, plaintiffs. And, she was doing that for a few years. And, then we got married. And we decided in, 23 to take, a leap of faith while she was pregnant with our third child to start Suli Law.
Fantastic. So now I know I went straight to your law firm about law firm, but now before you're Jason.
Yes.
You're Jason Sulisufay. Tell me about you a little bit. Where are you from?
Born and raised in Pinellas County originally. So I grew up in Seminole, Florida. And as far as my background, my family we're Albanian, so I'm first generation born here, native Floridian though.
It's fantastic. So you're born in Florida, born in Tampa, and raised in Tampa, Florida, in Seminole Heights area, correct?
Yeah, or Seminole and Pinellas County.
Pinellas County.
Yeah,
okay.
like close by St. Pete.
Okay, gotcha. So, and as you grow up, and what was your dream to become, or either your career path? What would that be?
It's funny at where life takes you, right? So, I grew up in the restaurant industry. So when I was 3 years old, my parents bought a little diner. It was called Jesse's Family Restaurant. I always joke with my dad. He was like, we were going to change it to Jason's Family Restaurant. And then he got a quote for like a new sign, and it was like, 15 grand or something like that. And he's like, you know what? We're just going to keep it Jesse's. So it was funny, like growing up, like a lot of our customers, they used to call me Jesse, Jason, and sometimes they call my dad Jesse. My dad's name's DJ, He's like, I don't care what they call me as long as, they pay. So, I grew up in hospitality. I loved it. It was a true, family-owned restaurant in Pinellas Park area on 66th Street. And, really, I just thought, at that point in time, I was just going to be a restaurateur. Yep.
That was your thing, doing business in that industry.
Correct.
And then how long were you doing that one?
So I, straight out from, high school, I went to college. Then, unfortunately, my dad became very ill. So I actually, left school and took over the family business when I was 19 years old.
Oh, so you took care of the restaurant since 19 years old.
Yep.
And then you said you worked as a public adjuster.
Yes. Correct.
How did you get into that?
Yeah, what they say sometimes, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, right? So, our restaurant, we actually suffered, a catastrophic lightning strike. That was back in 2020, and after that, going through the insurance process, I was inspired to then pursue a new career since the building was a total loss. Then I became a public insurance adjuster.
Oh, is there any connection with that lightning situation and insurance claims? And because public adjusters, they have insurance claim, and they say you having that strategy, not a strategy, that tragedy, and then did that cause you to, I want to be a public adjuster?
Well, I had a couple, great friends who were also attorneys, and really at that time I was thinking, I was either going to do that or commercial real estate. So I also have my real estate license. I was always doing it, part time. I don't really think I was good at it, or else I guess I would have done it full time, right? I guess wasn't really my passion, but after that happened, I didn't have the restaurant anymore because the building was, like I said, it was a total loss. So and instead of at that time I had to find something else to provide for my family. So one of my friends who was an attorney was like, have you ever thought about becoming a public insurance adjuster? And I was like, okay. I looked into it, and and I immediately at that time fell in love with it because of my passion for advocating for others and helping other people pursue justice.
I see. So then from public adjusters to the law firm, you're running a law firm with your wife, correct? So now, what your law firm does, what is that? What category they follow?
Yeah, so at the Suli Law Group, we are a boutique personal injury and insurance law firm. So we have two practice areas. So personal injury is anybody who's been injured due to no fault of your own. And then we also do property insurance claims as well, which sort of ties into injury, because even during personal injury, right, we're going after large corporations and insurance companies at the end of the day.
Yes.
These very powerful insurance companies.
Yeah, makes sense. So I know I didn't realize that, like, as that insurance companies and that public adjusters and lawyers going after that help people, because insurance company do not want to pay their customers as the customer think, but then you guys come and help them to get the most benefits out of the insurance policies, correct?
Correct. So as far as, our approach at our law firm, my wife Laura is the attorney. We have, two other amazing trial attorneys, so 3 attorneys total. Our job is to, number one, we're just there for our clients. We're here to, advise them of, what their rights are. We'll analyze, the insurance coverages, do our investigation. We never charge anything up front. So, it's a risk that we take. Our services are always free unless we're able to successfully, recover you something.
Yes. And I do have an experience about it too with you guys.
Yes.
With my recent accident. You guys did a great job, and I was happy about it.
We appreciate your trust in us.
Yeah, I didn't have to deal with any of those insurance companies and just because one time I had I didn't like it. I had a bad experience with it. So this time,
unfortunately, you hope that the insurance companies will get it right, especially if you're a loyal customer and you pay your premiums for years. Unfortunately, it's like, the underwriting department and your insurance agent versus the claims department. They're two totally separate things. And at the end of the day, too, insurance companies, if you think of it right, their job is to, reduce and mitigate risk. And, and unfortunately, they routinely, deny and underpay claims because at the end of the day, I mean, they have to look out for their bottom line. But our job is to hold them accountable and, and make them pay out what's right and what's fair.
That makes sense. So where is your office located?
Our headquarters is over here in Carrollwood. We also have another satellite office in Lakewood Ranch and in St. Pete.
St. Pete. It's nice. Sounds like you guys are growing.
Yes.
That's fantastic, right? And guys, Jason is a very big character here, and he's really good at networking. And you are like a networking master these days, and do BNI and CABA. I met him at CABA, Carrollwood Area Business Association, and then he started BNI Chapter, and I got invited as well. Now you're running a BNI. You are the president of BNI Apex Chapter, and also you hold a position at Carrollwood Area Business Association as well, right?
Yes.
So how do you balance all of these things? The time management. You have two kids, two cute
Actually, three.
girls. Oh yeah, three.
Three, yep.
Yeah, three cute babies, and then you have family, and then CABA organization, BNI, and also you're active in other things. And how do you balance your time?
Time management is key. I give a lot of credit actually to our business coach that we had. Really learning how to master your calendar is huge. But going back to our core values as well, right? I always love to give back, and I give a lot of credit to the business community because that's how I evolved as well.
Yeah.
And early on in my career and career changes, where we've built our entire book of business through word of mouth and being active in the community. So it's always a pleasure to give back and make some of these organizations even better.
Yes.
Because they're just what they do is amazing at the end of the day, right?
Yes,
The Carrollwood
definitely.
Area Business Association, it is such a phenomenal group.
It is.
If you're looking to meet a lot of people and get active in your community, especially with us being a Carrollwood law firm. Why wouldn't we want to be involved in this great group?
Yes.
They have events every week in the greater Carrollwood area, and a lot of great people in that group. And also like beautiful community events. Like we just did Taste of Carrollwood. That was a hit. We love, again, getting out in the community and meeting people. No, it's a pleasure. And then, obviously you mentioned, BNI too. BNI is another, great business organization that's very structured and, again, just driven on, that core value of givers gain and building relationships and passing referrals.
Yes, definitely helping other businesses to grow as we grow ours, right?
Yes.
So, and then you enjoy doing all those things, and I think your social activities are with business owners and business community, and that helps you and others in building more relationship.
Correct.
So I'm curious, what are the challenges you face as a business man, and what are the challenges you faced in the in the business world?
Like present or even in the past?
Any kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I will say it is always a challenge to find, great quality people to work for you. We have been blessed to, really build a culture and, very selective on who we bring on. We have a great retention rate. Right now, all of our, staff that we have employed, we just hired a new attorney paralegal team. That was an expansion. But, other than that, our other staff, they've all been with us for over a year. And so we're really big on, working hard to build that culture, and retain top talent. But I would definitely say, staffing can always be challenging. Especially when you're in such a a specific legal field, and you have certain niches. For example, in law, right? Even you think, hey, you're a lawyer, you could do anything. That's true, but with our firm, for example, we're so specialized, where we really look for, hey, do you have trial experience? Do you have experience in, against these insurance companies? Like, my wife, Laura, she comes from an insurance defense background. So, we know the insurance company's playbook, and that's how we're able to, be so successful in winning against them. One of our other attorneys, Roger, he's tried over, I think, 30 jury trials under his belt. And, Tyvan's another great attorney that we have. I believe he has a trial under his belt as well. And again, impressive negotiation skills, attention to detail. It's just really, finding that good group.
So that is a challenge, but with patience and taking time and picking up the right person.
Yep.
So that's how you overcome those challenges in the business world, and
of course,
especially the law firm side.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then what is your advice for business startups and new younger people who wants to start a business? What would you give to them and tell?
So for, any business that's starting up, I always say, look, especially now with the use of AI, number one, hey, get very familiar. You have ChatGPT, you have Claude. That will change your life. That is a tool, right? Just make sure that you come up with a good business plan. If you're a brand new business owner, see if you can find a mentor and or coach just to help show you the ropes, because that always makes things a lot easier. And then just surround yourself with positive, like-minded individuals who are trying to grow their business. So I definitely say you want to surround yourself with ambitious and positive people. What you don't want is negativity around you.
Yes. So then you come to CABA.
Yes.
You find people there like that, right? I think I met you there, and I met so many people at CABA, and after that it just changed a lot. And because I'm getting my motivation as well from because I only go to those events and I don't waste my time for anything else and business and that. And there I find good friends and like-minded people. So you're right. Yeah, I think it is the good advice.
Man, at the end of the day, too, you never know who you meet that could turn to your next big referral. So they always say, your network is your net worth. So
that's true. That's true. And then the BNI, like since you are the president of BNI, how does BNI work? Like what is, if anybody doesn't know about BNI who listen to this podcast, how would you explain BNI to them?
So BNI is one of the oldest, it's the oldest networking organization in the world, and most successful of its type.
Is it 40 years?
Yeah.
CABA also 40 years, right?
Yeah, that's funny. But BNI is, it's a very structured group, and it's all about, its members passing referrals, and the primary principal core value of BNI is givers gain. If I give business to the members of my chapter, they in return will give business to me. And you can use that not just in BNI, but even outside. I know, with myself and even at our firm, we're very purposeful. I mean, we love to, know where our dollars are going and, support people in our local community, especially too, and then naturally it comes back to us, right?
Yes.
So, for example, if I ever, have a need for, marketing or AI automation, right? Yeah. Why would I hire some, random company that's out of state when, I'm building relationships with you, Viraj, and if there's a way that I can, support you, of course. Yes.
It happened yesterday. I had met a guy from CABA, and he was new to CABA. And when I talked to him, he said, "Oh my goodness, I'm hiring someone from Canada, a company from Canada, and I want to talk to you right there, like first time." They don't know us and we don't know them, so these networking events bring us together and owners, and you get a chance to talk directly to the owner of business and management rather than other people.
Yeah, there's also a level of accountability too, right, Viraj? Yeah. So if if I'm in one or two networking groups with you and I see you every week, you're gonna do good for with your service, because if not, I'm gonna see you and call you out.
Exactly.
Just like my staff, they know, right? Our team knows, hey, every client is a VIP, because you never know. They know like how involved we are in the community. Yes. And if they drop the ball and I see you every week, I'm going to hear about it, then they're going to, hear about it. So it's definitely, it helps you also work on your customer service, because you want to give that, amazing, rock star customer experience. So
the reputation, keep the reputation going and make sure you do the good job to your clients, and that way you can keep them like a long-term relationship and plus the reputation.
Yeah.
And then everybody, so then you have to keep it going and accountable, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So and what else that we should know about you and your company?
I mean, what do you want to know?
You don't hide anything mysterious. I mean, any secrets you can keep secret.
Yeah.
But this is not about your secret, about your business and your passion. Like, what is your passion nowadays? Is it just running business and the family, and?
So I mean, in business, I would say like our biggest passion is, at the end of the day, when our clients call us, they are, they're going through something, they're having a terrible day, and usually they're being taken advantage of, and and they're going through a lot. And so we really, are passionate about advocating for them and letting them know that, hey, look, like, especially when you call these other, like, billboard, law firms, you don't know who the attorney is who's working on your case.
Yes.
With us, it's, like I said, it's my wife Laura and her team. And we like to treat our clients like family, and and we care about them, and we want them to know, hey, look, you have family fighting in your corner, advocating for you. So it's very rewarding knowing that, hey, we've achieved a great result for our client, got them a settlement, so then that way they can move on with their lives and continue rebuilding and getting healthier.
Makes sense. And so that's what makes your organization very unique and very specific, because you take care of the client from the beginning to the end, and then the client doesn't feel like they're ghosted. Because I had a friend, he said, I don't even get an email from, it's so hard to contact the lawyer from them. I think assistant sent me an email saying they're not getting updates. Mm-hmm. It's a larger law, company, but they're not getting updates. But I told them about you guys, so you guys do not ghost them, right?
Yeah. No, we always we keep our clients in the loop.
Yeah.
Same day phone calls. Our clients get our cell phones as well. So, we pride ourselves on communication, and sometimes too it's just setting the expectations and explaining the process, because some people don't understand, right? The life cycle of of an injury claim, or how long this whole process takes, and that's where we try to be very thorough and just explaining on what to expect, and but also keeping you updated on every single milestone.
Gotcha. So you said you do the property liability insurance? No, not the insurance.
Property insurance
Property
claims
insurance
too.
claims,
So that encompasses on the insurance side, property insurance claims, that would be, like homeowners, property and casualty, business, condo associations. We do a lot of, hurricane claims, fire, water, wind, mold. If your property, has been damaged, and it's, and you have, that insurance, we'll actually go out, we'll do an independent assessment, or we'll work with, if you have a public adjuster, we work with your public adjuster, or if you don't have one, we'll retain experts, we do an assessment, and, number one, we review what the insurance company has offered. Let's say they, decided to issue payment, we'll see, hey, we always say, look, let us do a free review of it, right? We'll make sure, did they pay it out properly? Did they miss certain things? A lot of other times we get, people, they file a claim and then the insurance company goes, claim denied. Unfortunately, it's very common. They make these, boilerplate, denials like, oh, it's wear and tear. It's, constant repeated seepage, and, they try to, hide behind these exclusions. And what we do is, we'll do an in-depth review of the policy. We'll hire experts if necessary, like an engineer, to again, refute their claims, and and we'll see, like, hey, did they do the right job, or did they get it wrong? And if so, unfortunately, a lot of times the insurance company does get it wrong, and that's where we come in. And again, what's nice is, especially when a customer suffers, hurricane damage, and then now they're being left to foot the bill, we're their, last resort, where it's like, hey, they're coming to us, and, other than that, I mean, because they can't make repairs to their home, so.
Yeah. I think a lot of people don't know about this law or the situation, and they just easily, oh, my insurance denied this. That's it. They don't know much about it, right?
Yeah.
I even didn't know about public adjuster thing. I don't have my own house or anything like that yet, but I learned it because of connection that we made, and from you guys and from the society. And then I've realized that a lot of people don't know. If you ask them, they don't know about this thing. I think it is good that you educate people about it, and then how you can get the insurance company to be accountable for those damages. Yeah,
of course, especially into a world of AI, right?
Yeah.
These insurance companies, they're very powerful, multi-billion-dollar corporations. operations.
Yeah.
A lot of times what we're finding too now is they're using, AI systems, and they're manipulating it to, deny and underpay these, valid claims.
Yes.
And so again, where our firm, comes in is, we're not for the powerful. We're here to, advocate for, our clients. And I always say, just let us do a free review, right? It doesn't cost you anything, and if we think it's something that we can help you with, we take on the cost on pursuing the matter, and the only time you would ever owe us something is if we're successful. If for whatever reason we're like, even if we've spent money on experts and we're like, hey, we don't think we can help you recover anymore, you would owe us absolutely nothing. So that's a risk that we take.
Okay, fantastic. Guys, now we learned about Suli Law Group. Is that correct?
Yes.
Suli Law Group. And you are Jason Sulisufay.
Yes, Jason Sulisufay. I serve as the firm administrator and moonlight as the non-attorney spokesperson as well.
And he's a BNI Apex president for this year, and he's putting a great team there together. And he's a very active member in Carrollwood area. And if you want to see him, you can come to CABA. And
Definitely. I'm always free, we can
Yeah.
grab a coffee. And my biggest thing is like, look, I love meeting people, and I'm very passionate about connecting people as well too. So it's
Nice.
like,
Yes.
because even if it might not be something where I can use your service, I may know somebody who can, and
Exactly.
any way I can, help supporting people, I love to do that. So it's in my nature.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Jason. I think we learned a lot about you and your organization, and then you're doing personal injury and public justice. No, property. Sorry.
Yeah, no, we do personal injury, which is like car crashes, slip and falls, dog bites, and then, property insurance claims as well.
Property insurance claim. Okay, okay. Sorry. And anyway, so now we know about him as well. And thank you very much for sharing your story. And running a business is not easy.
Yep.
And building it up is not easy. And taking care of the, lot going on. So when you build a business, and that you building a lot of experience and skills and credibility and a lot of value. So I always value business owners in that regard.
Appreciate it.
A lot of things. So I admire you and your service to the community in Carrollwood area, because when I joined Carrollwood, I saw you and you running for the board and more active, running all those things and law firm, and then you start BNI. I'm like, and have a family. It's a lot of things,
Yeah.
But that means you're very good at it. And then
I try. Got to keep my boss happy, which is also my better half, my wife. So.
So anyway, thank you very much, Jason, and thank you everybody. So I think this is our 10th episode, a brand new podcast from Make It Viral Media and Technology. And we always like to share good stories, and we want to encourage people. We want to motivate people. We need to share stories with other people. So that's why we do Make It Viral Media podcast called Rise and Thrive, and help other people to learn about other business owners and how they are doing their business and facing the challenges, and what is their background, how did they come to this path, and they did not plan this kind of thing since the beginning that they wanted to do or run a business. So it's very interesting to learn this story. So I would like to invite you to share our podcast with others, so they can learn more about our business owners and these stories. And please like and share and subscribe to our channel for more videos, for more stories of business owners, specifically in Tampa Bay area and Carrollwood area and everywhere in the world.
Yep, awesome. Thank you, Viraj.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Jason. So thank you, guys. So see you next time. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe.
All right.